Hello, friend. Hey, if you're like me, you love football, but you love fantasy football even more. Hi, I'm the Fantasy Football Maverick, and I want to help you have the perfect fantasy draft this season. But first, I need your help. Let's face facts. The draft is the most critical part of your fantasy season, but preparing for the draft is a time-consuming chore. The key to victory is knowing where the bargains are and avoiding the overpriced guys. Now, the big guys don't make it easy to figure this out. First of all, they come out with a top 200 draft list telling you what order you should pick the players in this season. The only problem is, this list is a one-size-fits-all nightmare. Kind of like a Snuggie. This list has no bearing on how your league scores points. Player value can fluctuate wildly depending on how your league is set up. This list also requires you to know every little stat and fact about every single player on that list, so you know who to target and who to avoid. And the fact is, the big sites never make it easy to find the information you're looking for. I swear, I spend anywhere from 10 to 20 hours each season just preparing for my fantasy draft. And I'm sure if you ask my wife, she's going to tell you it's a lot more. I decided there's got to be a better way to do this. So I'm developing an app to take the time and frustration out of preparing for your fantasy draft. This is an app I'm going to have available through my website. I call it My Perfect Fantasy Draft, because I want you to come out of draft day with the confidence that you got the best team possible based on your league settings and your personal preferences. Here's how it's going to work. First, you're going to go onto the app and you're going to input your league's point schedule for the offensive players. This app will then calculate the projected fantasy points for each player and rank them accordingly. This app is going to have what I call the 5 critical stats to help give you an apples-to-apples comparison when you're making those critical draft day decisions between that running back and that wide receiver. Next, this app is going to have a powerful filter feature to help you remove players from the list based on certain statistical categories. Let's say you don't want to draft any injury-prone players. You're also not fond of quarterbacks with a passer rating under 75, and you don't want to draft any running backs over the age of 28. You're going to go into the filter, you're going to go select, 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 apply, and your draft list is done. It only takes minutes, it's not hours anymore. And my app's going to have over 50 different filters available, which is going to help you craft the perfect draft list. Finally, from the player list, you'll be able to access detailed player information, including their historical stats, their projected stats for the upcoming year, commentary about the player, and links to news articles regarding that player. This app is going to be dynamic and it's going to update throughout the course of the fantasy football draft season. So you'll know that you'll always have the latest information on your players. I have a confession to make. Most of the video that you're watching was actually filmed in 2015, before I even had the app built. I hoped to have it ready by July of last year, but unfortunately I didn't get it into any sort of working order until late August, right before most of you had your fantasy draft. So I decided to wait a year, further refine the product, and bring it back in 2016 better than ever. And boy, does it work. The first thing I noticed when using this app is that I was placing top 3 in every mock draft I was participating in, and most of the time I was ranked first. Then I went and had my fantasy drafts. In my first draft, I picked second in a 10-team league, and I got the #1 ranked draft. In my second league, I picked 12th in a 12-team league, and again, drafted the #1 ranked team. I took both those teams to the championship game, and I won one of them, and the other one I only lost by 2 points. So the app works. You will draft better when you use my app. And now I want to help you. Purchase my app for the special price of $5, and please visit my website, ffmaverick.com, which is chock full of fantasy goodness. Get the advantage, use my app, win your league. Thank you.